From time to time, we so-called adults will come across a word we may not be fully acquainted with. When that happens, we go to work using skills we've acquired to break the word down into smaller parts so we can decode the unfamiliar word. We naturally start chunking smaller words or word parts within the new word. This is an important skill that can really help your child with reading. So, ready, set, chunk.
Children's reading skills gradually progress. At first, students are really focused on being able to recognize letters and to be able to produce the sounds that they make. After they're able to do that, the next step is for kids to make the sounds that they hear in a word and then to be able to blend them together. Decoding is really just the ability to read words. And it's really important for a child's ability to read because first you have to be able to read the words and then later to be able to understand what you're reading, which is comprehension. As your child starts to read longer words, a really good strategy to use is called chunking. Chunking is simply looking for smaller word parts in order to read a bigger word. For example, I might have the word planting. In planting, there's several word chunks. There's an ing chunk at the end, and there's also the word ant right in the middle. So if your child is aware of those chunks, when they get ready to decode it or to make the sounds in the word, it makes it a lot easier to tackle a challenging word. As a parent, to use the strategy of chunking, you want to resist the temptation to simply just say the word for your child when they make an error. And you also want to avoid the practice of telling them to just sound everything out. If you notice that the word is very large, ask your child, do you see some smaller parts? Is there a smaller word you see? Or is there an ending that you might be able to isolate to put the word together? There's lots of strategies that you want to encourage your child to use when they're decoding. Chunking is a great strategy if a word is particularly long. It's always best to talk to your child's teacher to find out what they're strong at and what strategies they need a little bit more practice with.
Working with your child to develop the skill of chunking or looking for sound parts will help make reading unfamiliar words much easier. And the easier reading is for kids, the better off they'll be. Start practicing and modeling the word decoding skill of chunking with your child and get moving in the right direction.